All right. Well, good morning. Hey, Layla. There was lightning and thunder here last night, and Layla does not like that stuff, so she's been a little timid. Maybe, maybe some guitar will make her feel better today. Um, all right. So I'm not going to talk too much today. I just want to practice. I might talk when I switch topics, but I just need to get my practice in and focus on myself today. If you guys have questions, put them in the thing. Coffee, butter, cinnamon, milk, no eggs today. So we got our angles set up. Ooh, fancy. Ooh, look at that. Oh yeah, would you look at that? Oh yeah, would you look at that? Um, See right here, this is supposed to have scalar in it, and of course it doesn't because it fucking just is stupid. And every time I have to do, it's not scalar's fault, but on OBS I have to tell it where to find. Um, just make sure everything's on there. Let's see if we can make sure that Reaper's looking good. It's good. Let's check our tuning while we're looking at that. A little cold here today. I got the door open, so guitar fluctuating a little bit. All right, so the key today is G sharp major, so that'll be fun. Throw me a curveball there, so it's gonna go, and that chord progression I just played, but it was that was E major. So in G major, sounds like this. To 6 minor, 1 7. Let's go to the 4. It's 5. All right, sounds all right. We're gonna go no metronome first. Let's get the guitar in close for you guys. Let me put this like this. So it says A flat. I don't know on scalar how to make it change to say G sharp. That's kind of frustrating because, well, I mean, whatever, but I'm on G sharp today and it says A flat. But at the end of the day, that doesn't really matter. You just gotta know where they're at. Always know where all your notes are. Of course, where's my first fret? You guys can't see it, so I need to push my camera back a little bit there. There we go. Okay. Just gonna warm up a little bit by playing this slowly with no metronome for a second. Oh, by the way, what we're doing chord-wise is, is it this? No. I'm going to move this one in a better spot. So what we're doing is we're going to, let's check out the YouTube video real quick. I think we can do that. So Jens Larsen had this video. Make a new window in YouTube here. If this will work on FreeTube so we don't have to have commercials bother us or anything. I need to update that and I don't feel like it. So we'll do it in Brave.
Like most jazz beginners.
Quickly, do something here. Okay. All right, looks like I did that right. So let's check this out. So this is Jens Larsen talking about, make me a little smaller so we can see more of what he's doing there. Put me over there. Cool. I'll save this for future stuff. So, cool, we got that set up now. So check it out. This is what we're going to take this concept and use this to practice the chord progression today.
I started out making jazz chords much too complicated, a mistake that I also see 90% of my students make. But once I discovered Joe Pass' method for chords, it changed the game completely and tied everything together. So in this video, I'm going to show you how he simplifies jazz chords so that they are easy to play, easy to remember, and a lot easier to use in real songs. Joe Pass has one rule for jazz chords.
You must look at chord changes really in the simplest way you can look at them.
But what are those simple chords and how does that help you learn to play beautiful jazz chords? Let me show you. When you first got into jazz guitar, I bet it was those huge, beautiful chords with lots of color that hooked you. The ones that make you stop and say, whoa, How did they do that? So like me, you probably dove into chord books and started memorizing one complicated shape after another. But each chord has its own name, its own diagram, and its own weird fingering. And before long, you were drowning in a sea of chords and diagrams. So here's the problem. Nobody, not even the pros, can remember thousands of separate chord shapes. And when you're playing jazz, it's not just about knowing all those chord grips. It's about moving smoothly from one chord to the next and making the music flow. And that's impossible if you're piecing together random shapes. Instead, you need to start grouping chords together. Think in families, not an endless chord menu. What I'll show you makes everything easier. And there's a bonus. This approach is the shortcut for chord solos. The thing that seems like quantum physics if you're stuck thinking one chord at a time. I'll show you how it works and bust 3 huge misunderstandings that are holding back jazz beginners. We're not jumping into chord solos or fancy chromatic tricks just yet. Let's start with a classic G7 13. You've probably seen this shape before, but what can you really do with it? So here's the secret. Instead of grabbing the whole 4-note grip, strip it down to the essentials, just like Joe Pass talked about. Make it simple. Focus on the heart of the chord, the 3rd and the 7th. For G7, those notes are on the middle string set. Why does this matter? Now the G7 part of the sound is really just those 2 notes. The 13th, it's just an extra flavor. It's nice to add in there, but you don't really need it to make great music. And the bass note, leave that to the bass player. That frees up your fingers for other fun things. Most guitarists are used to finding chords by hunting for roots on the 5th and the 6th string. Instead, what you want to do is visualize the root, but only play the shell, the top part. So try this. Play a 2-5-1 in C major. Think about the complete chord with the root, but only play the 3rd and the 7th. Hear how clear and smooth that sounds? You can do this for any chord. Keep those 3rd and 7th notes on the middle strings because that leaves you space above for melodies and extensions, and space below if you want to add a bass note or even some walking bass. So now you've just ditched one of the biggest jazz chord misunderstandings, and you've got a super.
So that's what so that's the part is having the just the 3 and the 7 right here in the center of the string set, so on the 3rd and 4th string in the middle, and then practice the scale going up to add the melody notes that are close by. Of course, there's any number of them. It can be chromatic or whatever, but what I'm going to be practicing is doing it where I'm just using chromatic diatonic notes at this time. Let's check that video out a little bit more. He'll show you how to do it.
Super simple way to play any chord. Next, let's deal with another myth, and then I'll show you a hack for chromatic passing chords that makes them ridiculously easy. Here's the second big misunderstanding. Chords are not just isolated islands, they are always in a context, a song or a chord progression. A G7 is not just a G7, it depends on what is happening around it. Peter Bernstein puts it perfectly.
It's really about dealing with the chords as they move in this time, in this form, in this tempo. That's why chord scales, if you're thinking about something like that, you got to think about, okay, E flat 7, but which E flat 7? Where in the form are we?
The most important part of that movement is melody, but adding melody is not that difficult now that you've already reduced the chord to 2 notes. I'm first going to show you how to find notes that work and then talk a bit about how to create melodies. Let's break down how you actually add melody to your chords. Think of it like this. You've got the G7 shell, so the 3rd and the 7th on the middle strings. Now all you need to do is look at the top strings and see what other notes from the G7 scale that you can add on top as long as they fit with the sound of the chord. Now instead of thinking, is this a G7 13 or a G7 with a 9? Just think of it as a G7. It's a spot where you can play a melody using all those notes. And I'm just calling all of them G7 because that's really what's happening. Now, my point with writing G7 doesn't mean that you should not know what the extensions are. It's just to make it clear that when you see G7 like this, then you can use G7 with a 13 or with a 9. G7 is not a specific chord. It's a category. Just like saying something is a pasta dish, it tells you something about it, but you can still have a lot of variations. You can do.
Okay, so I think that's clear. That's what we're gonna work on. I don't know if I can do the whole chord progression like that right now, but we'll do it very slowly. I know we can do it slowly, so I'm just gonna do that because I still want to work on visualizing the chord progressions. So, yeah. So 1 major, 3 dominant, minor 6 chord, 1 dominant, 4, 5 dominant, back to 1. Starting with G sharp in the first position. Might as well do it there. Alright, so G sharp major would look like this. By the way, he says 3 and 7. Of course, that's true. But it could be any notes of the chord. I'm not trying to be a jazz guy. I want to work across the neck, so I'm going to work in positions and not care if I'm doing 3 or 7 or whatever. So down here, go in the lowest position. I can find a G sharp chord or triad or something down here. This is I mean, it's a 1 and a 5, but again, who cares? I'm not trying to do it just like him. So no, 4 is. That was hard, but I like it. Let's do it where he was saying. Let's do it with the 3 and the 7. So if we're on a G sharp chord, we'll go exactly where he was in that video. So looks like this. Does it? Hard to hear all that without the bass notes in there. Whatever, I'm gonna keep going. So G sharp. So let me just see if we can get it to sound, so if we can hear the chord progression in it, you know. So G sharp major 7. We're gonna go. Oh, is that what I'm doing? Okay, well that's because I'm in G sharp messing with myself, so that's fine. So let's go. So that's wrong. But what I've noticed there is on the C7, he would say to go here. I guess I'm gonna do. Let's do exactly what he said. Sorry. So G sharp, major 7. C7. Okay. Let's look at that again. So we're gonna have G7 like this, and it's scale notes going up on the G, B and E strings here, on the strings 1 and 2. But that's what we'll call them. Go. Then it's C7, which I could actually stay right there. I don't want to complicate things, but why does it sound like that? Let's see, it's supposed to sound like this. Like that. So let's see if we can make it sound like that without all the other notes of the chord. So G sharp, major 7. C7. F minor 7. Let's see. All right, so let's see. So I mean, I guess what he's saying is like if you play that chord progression, here's what I should do: is I should take that chord progression with just 3s and 7s on the middle 2 strings and just play it without any of the extensions real quick and do that. So it sound like this. Let's turn it on with the scalar. 1 second. Move up here. that was right. Let's do that again. Yeah. 1-7. Oh, 4 chord here. 5 chord here. There it is. Okay. Do that again. Cool. I think there's just one more position really to do it, so it's just an octave up. Do that again. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna slow that down. There we go. That's nice. Here we go. Nice. Okay. Making progress. Do it up here. So, one thing I'm noticing is that's supposed to be a C7. So here's G sharp major 7. C7. Is it C7? It seems like the in the dominant 7 chord, like in the C7, it seems like the sound is better if the C7. If I played C. So it'd be right, but see, it has an A in the C7. You know, if it's just a Mixolydian scale, but that doesn't sound right. Let me see if I can show that to you, or to me. Let's see if we agree. G sharp, major 7. Whoops. Let's get our ears straight and not fuck that up. So C7. Okay, so that was with the A. Let's try it with the A flat or the G sharp that goes along with this key. Let's see if that's how it sounds. Flat 13, it's like a C7 with a flat 13 instead of a natural like this. They're both nice, but I think in this progression it needs to be actually, that's interesting. That way right there was sticking to, even though the chords are moving, I'm still playing the G sharp major scale as the extensions, regardless of what's happening with the chords. So that's kind of an epiphany. Like on the C7, I don't have to play dominant or Mixolydian scale, which because the Mixolydian here's what the Mixolydian scale. I was trying to not do the same thing again. Let's just start like this. G sharp major 7 like this. See, I don't like that natural 13. See, that's the Mixolydian scale. But if I instead just stick to, pretend the chords are static and the scale is static, the scale is always just a G sharp major scale, then it would sound like this. Just start the same way. F minor. To the 4 chord, sorry. Okay, so if you understand what I'm saying there, I'm realizing as I'm working on this, that I don't know if he covers it in the video. I actually don't think he does. Maybe we should check it again. Maybe we should take a peek at that video again. Let me see. Let me pull that back up.
Like most jazz beginners, I started out making jazz chords much too complicated, a mistake that I also see 90% of my students make. But once I discovered Joe Pass' method for chords, it changed the game completely and tied everything together. So in this
I don't know
video,
if that seemed
I'll
loud.
show you how
I don't know if that seemed loud to you guys, but it seemed loud to me, so I turned it down.
he simplifies jazz chords so that they are easy to play, easy to remember, and a lot easier to use in real songs. Joe Pass has one rule for jazz chords.
You must look at chord changes really in the simplest way you can look at them.
But what are those simple chords, and how does that help you learn to play beautiful jazz chords? Let me show you. When you first got into jazz guitar, I bet it was those huge, beautiful chords with lots of color that hooked you. The ones that make you stop and say, whoa, how did they do that? So like me, you probably dove in.
Whoa, how did they do that? So we don't have to keep looking at that video, because what I'm noticing is that in that video, he's talking about a diatonic chord progression, just 2-5-1 in C major, and so his chords are G7, 2, but so you can hear it, it sounds like this. Sorry, 2-5-1. Okay, so in his example, those are all diatonic chords, and with the diatonic chords, that's not hard. You can go 2, so D minor, so 5, 1, okay. But the chord progression we're working on today is it has non-diatonic chords in it. So what that means is we learned something. So what I learned is, by the way, it's interesting to talk out. I know I said I wasn't going to talk, but I actually think that the talking while I'm practicing. I actually think that the talking while I'm practicing is a good thing, because it helps me kind of like internalize it a little bit more by speaking it out loud to you guys. Okay, so point is that the in a chord progression that has non-diatonic chords, of course you have options, like, you know, you can play this exact scale that goes with that C dominant chord, even though it's different than the scale that goes with the G sharp major 7. See, that's not a diatonic chord, okay? It's just a leading chord to F minor. And so what I realize is this is even easier, because every time you play the chords, the scale doesn't have to change just because you have a non-diatonic chord. Which is also kind of interesting to think about from like a lead guitar point of view, because while on this chord you might have a C7, let's see, on the C7, on the C7, we're discovering stuff together here. So let's see, on the, I'll get you guys back in close here. on the C7, let's do this. Let's go on to scalar and loop the C7 and try a couple things over that. Let's see what it sounds like. We're going to play, of course, the Mixolydian scale on C7 will work. That's a no-brainer. Oops, what happened? Where'd my chords go? Oh, okay. Alright, so should loop that C7. Alright. Here's the question. The question is, there's a couple notes in the let's do this. Here's the Mixolydian scale on C7. Easy. There you go. Now let's hear the G sharp major scale on that C7. In other words, if when this chord comes up as a lead guitar player, you don't have to think about anything about the changing scales. It doesn't have to become Mixolydian. And then I have a thought about something. Let's see. Here's G sharp major 7. So for example, in that there's a flat 9 in there. There's technically a sharp 9 in there. There's a flat 6. Yeah, a flat 6, sharp, flat and sharp 9s. Interesting. And but you can mix them together, I guess. I mean, right away, the G sharp sounds weird over the C7, right? Right? So maybe that's not. Let's do it with the thing he's talking about and try C Mixolydian on this chord and try G sharp major on this chord. There you go. C7. C Mixolydian first. Okay. Then let's do the G sharp major scale over that with the same 3 and 7 from the C dominant 7 quarter here. Not say anything so I don't interrupt the thought, the ear's hearing what we're doing, and we'll just hear it. So I'm going to do the Mixolydian first, and then I'll do the G sharp Ionian. It's almost like both work, but one is more dissonant. However, in the context of the whole chord progression, not see this coming in the practice today, so. Okay. So right there, what I did was I've got just the two chords going back and forth. One major 7 to 3 dominant 7. And we'll try, let's just hear what it sounds like both ways. On the C 7, the first time around this time, actually I'll play the dominant, since we played the dominant in the other times I tried it, I'll try the dominant again. In other words, I'll try the Mixolydian scale on the C7, and then we'll do another repetition, and I'll play just over the C7, I'll play the G sharp major scale. So these are lots of words I know I'm using, but the main thing is do you literally play C Mixolydian there, or do you just stick on the original scale tones of the key center of G sharp? Let's see. I don't know if you can tell there, but when I play the, keep the melody notes on the top strings in the original key center of G sharp, or A flat like it says down there, I think it sounds better. Of course, Mixolydian works on that C7 no problem all day, right? Actually, not really, huh? Yeah, I actually don't like that. That's funny. It's because because your ear is hearing that G sharp major, that changing to too many notes by it suddenly becoming C Mixolydian doesn't really work, and the dominant chord is really just leading somewhere else in the same key of G sharp major. So let's go back to here. Now let's watch this. Just G sharp major the whole time. Let's try Mixolydian next. So you would think that certain things about that wouldn't work, but sticking to the diatonic scale the whole time seems to be the easiest thing to do, and it actually sounds the best. Let's extend this and try it over the whole chord progression in a second. So let's try. Let's try that again. That was really good, but let's try it one more time. Listen. Do that again. Here we go. Better this time. Move the F minor to the right spot this time. Okay. Interesting. Let's go. Okay. So try that same thing up here. Nice. Let's do that again. Descending melody. See, that's mixolydian. Oops. See, the mixolydian sounded weird. Stick the diatonic scale, Charles. There we go. Descending melody. Start way up high like this. I like the E major on the dominant chord though. It's from the mixolydian scale, it's not part of G sharp. Maybe it'd be like, there's a flat 9 on the mixolydian there. I'm going to stick to diatonic for a second, then we'll try that in a second after. Here you right for that E naturally there because it sounded good. Try to not do that this time. Same thing. Ready? Just wait a second. Actually, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. You guys can hang out with Layla for a second. All right, let's see. And I think this is going to be all the practice today. It's just this topic, but I'm excited about the stuff I learned while working on that. Thanks for pointing me in this direction, Mr. Larsen. Alright, let's see. Here we go. Oh. We just aren't there yet. No mixolydian this time. See, that E flat was weird, right? Let's do it again with that. Here you go. Not really. Try it again. So on on the 1 dominant chord, you wouldn't want to play the 1 major 7 scale over that. That one has to change. Alright, let's see. Like that. There, that was perfect. So yeah, so on the C7, I'll just stick to the key center of G sharp major, and then on the G sharp flat 7 or the A flat 7 there, excuse me, G sharp dominant 7 chord, the one that's coming up now here. On that one, you can't play Ionian on that dominant chord, that'd be stupid. So that one has to have the flat 7 in it, basically, right here. Obviously, to most of you. See if we can do it in 2 positions without stopping. Let's do it here. Oop, wrong chords. Alright. Play the piano part here, right? See? There we go. Nice. Let's do it up here. Flat 7 right there. Got it, dude. See if we can do it in first position. That was working out for a second. Try that again. There we go. Wow. Alright. Do that again. See if we get all positions now. Ready? not bad. Okay, let's go here now. And up here. Cool. Let's do that again. The whole thing. Okay. What I was trying to do was keep playing the same melody notes on the top the whole time, so we can hear how the harmony works. Let's see. So like this. C7, F minor, okay. Let's go up a position. Here you go. Same thing. Cool. Up here now. Where's that melody? Do that position again. That was different. Oops. Yeah, you gotta practice this harmony too, right? Alright. So we'll try this again. We'll be done after this, by the way. Hope you all had a good day. Have a good day today. Here it goes. and see if I can keep that little melody going. Except for here, it's a dominant. Try that again. Here we go. So. Dominant. Flat 7 right? Sweet. I think that's it for the day. That was cool. So let's flip over to my notes here. I need to bring this scene up here. There we go. I keep clicking the wrong one. Alright, so we definitely worked on this today. It took the whole time. We're gonna cross it off. And next time we do this, we'll be on the, we'll be back to this section here. We didn't get any of these, so basically tomorrow I'll just do one, like I keep talking about, do one of each of those sections. Let's see, do each one of these sections, one from each of these sections. So tomorrow we'll do this one. Isn't there a highlighter on here? There it is. We'll do that one tomorrow. We'll get to this one tomorrow. We'll get to this tomorrow. And then we'll get to the next bars on this one tomorrow. But I thought that was really good practice in general right there. That was interesting harmonically, and I liked focusing just on that. We didn't have to do anything else today. So let's call it. Everybody have a good day. I'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging.